right? So then take a bag, tie it really tight, and anchor it.
Nice.
So then, it's not floating about, it's not floating about. So it sticks in there. Go in, there's a space. The sella turcica, that space here where my finger is. That's where your pituitary gland sits. So it's nicely encased and sitting in there. It's a pituitary gland. And then there's a hole. A hole is a foramen. It's a big hole. It's magnum. Foramen magnum. Okay. And then, might as well do this view now. Occipital bone, round stuff coming off it. Occipital condyle.
Where's that again?
The round stuff coming off it. Occipital condyle. And that's a weird thing also. This is the condyle of the mandible. The condyle goes into a fossa. So the mandibular fossa is actually in the skull itself. So the mandibular fossa, the hole that the mandible goes into.
Yeah, because he said to actually not.
Okay. So then this brings us to, before we go to the mandible, actually one thing. This is the hard palate of the maxilla. So that if you take your finger, you put it on top, then that's the hard palate. You go back, it becomes soft. That's the soft palate. Under the soft palate would be the palatine bone. And the palatine, you have to look for the suture, hard palate, suture, palatine. Okay? Hard palate, suture, palatine. Base of the palatine is the vomer. Base of the palatine, so my palatine, all the way to the bottom, is my vomer.
And the vote is also, if you're looking.
Yeah, so if you look, also, if you follow it, it'll be right there. That's your vomer.
Yeah.
With the nose?
Yeah, the base of it. Not the, that's the nasal,
Yeah, oh yeah, but
that's the vomer.
so even from the inside view, that isn't.
I would do this,
You're gonna do that view right there.
yeah.
And which one is it?
This one. Question? Okay, let's see. Make sure I didn't skip anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, lacrimal is where the hole is.
Oh.
In that box. Okay.
Middle inferior nasal.
Concha, okay. So if you look inside the wall, okay, there's these bumps. The bottom one is the inferior. Top one would be the superior. Middle one would be the middle.
Inside the nose.
So you see where I am? That's the inferior nasal concha,
Right.
the middle, and the superior.
Oh, superior is right here.
Yeah. So inferior, the middle, and the superior.
And we need to know all three?
Just two.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's just,
Middle and
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
inferior.
It's the one on top. One on top. The bottom one, the middle one, the top one. Okay. Let's see, anything else? I didn't say that for the other ones.
now you got mandible.
I'm sorry? Oh yeah, now we do the mandible. Mandible, jawbone. We have the condyle. The condyle is the head. Okay. Notch, process, coronoid process. Okay, so that if you have a good dentist, he or she will be assessing how your condyle go into the fossa, like open up. There shouldn't be grinding. Your dentist.
I had a chiropractor address my job.
Okay. Yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah, they do that too. Angle. Angle. Ramus. Body. Is your ramus. Condyle. Notch. Process. Angle. Ramus. Okay. Body good?
Just the back front one more time.
Say again? That's the angle, yeah, angle. Body good? To this, we'll attach these guys. Together, you have to know which vertebrae is which. But separately, you need to be able to recognize a cervical compared to a thoracic compared to a lumbar. Okay. So very quickly, if you take a look, you see the body of the lumbar is very big. The body of a cervical will be very small. And in between will be the thoracic. If I look at all my vertebrae, I'll take a typical classical one. They all have a body. It's going to hold the weight. Lumbar is very big because the whole torso is on there. And if you want to appreciate that as a person who has back pain, lumbar back pain, the whole weight's on there, really painful. Okay? Then I have my spinous process. My spine's always pointing down, spinous process. Right. And then transverse processes. Then I have two surfaces, a top one and a bottom one. Superior, inferior articulating surfaces. Because I want to articulate with the next one nicely. So there's a nice space for them to articulate. Okay. Good? Okay, couple things. If I go quickly, I have my cervical, 7 cervicals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 12 thoracic. 5 lumbar. So that 5 plus 7 equals 12. Right? For the cervicals, C1 and C2. I'm always putting backwards. Oh no, sorry. C1 and C2. You have to know separately. C1 is the atlas. C2 is the axis. For the atlas, those superior articular surfaces have been modified for the condyle to sit on.
Is it the occipital condyle or sits on that?
The occipital condyle sits on that, yes. And then because of that, it has a nice space for you to slide. So your yes sign is really that superior articular surface of the atlas grinding with the occipital condyle. Okay. And then notice I have an axis. The axis has a little head, the dens. The dens, I will have this guy sitting and rotating on the dens. And that's my no. So the atlas and the axis allows us to do that. Okay, so you have to know them separately and their parts separately. Otherwise, all the others are pretty much the same. Right, I have my spine, transverse, superior, inferior, body, spines, transverse, superior, inferior.